All right.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex. You make it?
Yeah, almost a hiccup, almost a burp, then went away.
Okay.
That's the worst.
Do you know how to fix that?
That's like a yawn that you start and don't finish. That's terrible.
I learned how to cure hiccups 9 out of 10 times.
Really?
Everybody has this cure. It's like, yeah, it didn't work. Upside down drinking water. Shut up. It's just funny to watch.
Yeah, hold your breath is one of them. Yeah.
But you know who I learned this from? Who was the girl that was the lead in the Hunger Games?
Jennifer something.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence. And there was this thing to where she was about to go on like a big interview talk show and she had hiccups. And she's, oh my gosh, hold on, everybody shut up. And if you, we'll get to the whiskey, I just realized. Yeah, we'll get to the whiskey.
I'm interested.
No, this works. If you have hiccups, you take the biggest breath you can. You don't hold your breath, but you let it go out, exhale through your mouth as slowly as you can.
So it's...
And this could take like a minute, but you're not holding it. You're just letting it go as slowly as you can exhale.
Like a spasm.
Yeah.
Huh.
But basically, you are consciously controlling those muscles. You're not just locking them down.
But you're using them.
Yes.
And focusing on them.
9 out of 10 times it works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm going to use that.
Right?
All right.
All right, what do we got?
It's Rare Whiskey Friday.
Rare Whiskey Friday, we're going to go through and get first impressions on several different whiskeys. These aren't necessarily large brands. Sometimes they are. More often than not, these are going to be your smaller craft distilleries without a tremendous amount of distribution. If you should be so lucky as to live in a place where you can get your hands on these whiskeys, you're welcome for the review, and thank you to the magnificent bastards that sent the whiskey.
The first two are from Marques DiNapoli, the Titan of Whiskey.
Daniel, the distance studio.
I hear it. Could it be? It's DiNapoli.
Cheers, you magnificent bastards.
Okay, so both of these are from a Seattle distilling, who's I don't know much about. Their website is not that. It's on Vashon Island, but each one of these is a different thing, and I'm actually kind of excited to try them because they're both a bit unique.
Made in Washington, distilled from grain.
So we're gonna start with the Brockway Hill.
Is there a distilled in label?
This is like grain to glass.
Okay, so they did the
Yeah, they're legit. I don't know what this is. Rye and barrel aged 3-year-old rye, evidently.
Okay.
I couldn't find a lot of information about this on their website, so
Washington
I have
rye.
no idea like what the mash bill is or anything.
Softer than I was expecting.
Not almost malty?
Yeah,
to
it's
you?
not. It's definitely not rye-y.
Okay, if you let it settle for a second, some of the herbal notes start to show up.
All right, so if I just stick my nose in there and hang out,
Yeah.
I get the tiniest bit of an herbal green apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually smells almost Irish to me.
Yeah, a little bit of like a forest / green apple type of vibe.
And then that vanilla cream.
Now, oh, you know what? It's actually pulling back layers. Every time you go back to it, you find something new. Now I'm getting some mint.
I think this needs to sit there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just nose this. So we're gonna move to, we don't ever do this, but I want that to sit. This one's called Idle Hour Whiskey. And this is interesting. This, they do a lot of shit too. It's all over the map. So it's a malt, but during the fermentation, they add honey
Okay.
to the fermentation.
Is that still a whiskey then?
No, I mean, it's not supposed to be because you put something in there other than grain,
Right.
but they call it whiskey. Now,
I'm not gonna tell.
I'm just saying. But they add a little wildflower honey during the fermentation, right? And then they do a really low barrel proof entry. Really low.
So what is the
100.
low? Tell us what the low barrel proof entry does.
Go straight to the wood sugars. Right? Straight to it. Yeah. And they're evidently using French oak that used to have Cabernet. So they're using used oak, Cabernet barrels, low barrel entry proof, and honey in the fermentation.
They're going for sweet.
That's some serious shit, right?
I'm getting on the nose wheat bread and honey.
Yeah, absolutely. Just,
oh
my gosh.
There's a little bit of a nuttiness in there too.
I've talked about this before, but this brought me right back there again. When I was in Fort Wayne and I worked in the bakery, one of the things that we would do is any customer could come up and request a free slice of bread.
Yeah.
Of any of the breads we had for sale that day.
Yeah.
So we would have a cutting board with like 8 loaves on it, and any customer didn't have to buy anything, no purchase required. Anybody could walk in and say, I want a slice, and you just give them their pick, you cut a fat slice, and then they can put honey and butter on it. And it reminds me of these fresh wheat bread that we used to do immediately with bread and butter.
All right, so I actually really like the nose.
I do too.
Because it is, it feels like it's very whiskey.
It's musty.
But it also feels like this is an interesting angle on whiskey. It's not something that I've had hundreds of times before. You and I were having a conversation earlier today about blah, 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 so-and-so's whiskey. It's just so, like, you've had it so many times before.
Instantly
it's
recognizable.
Simple. It's classic. It's like, yeah, that's why they're killing it right now.
Yeah.
It's a fairly new operation, and they're
accessible.
killing it because it is so squarely, obviously, bourbon is the thing we're talking about.
Dude, go back to that rye, which is your first one.
Yeah.
Speyside Scotch. Herbal, malty, Speyside Scotch.
The herbalness and the maltiness added to.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to try first?
That, I don't know. These are so confusing.
Yeah.
These are whiskeys that are named like in one category, but are just violating all the rules.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
the rye.
Yeah.
There. What? Wait. Apple juice and herbs.
Not nearly as sweet as I was expecting.
No, not at all. But like apple juice into this weird grassy herbal
Have you ever had
combo.
Like natural apple juice, not the
Like
sugar,
like pressed.
yeah.
apple-
I think maybe like more of the more natural side of things.
Yeah.
Not like the Mott's sugared
Right.
apple juice from concentrate, blah blah
No.
blah. And then what I'm not getting, you know what?
I'm not getting anything I would ever pick as a rye. I would, in a million years, I would never assign this to the category of rye whiskey. Is it rye? They say finest Washington-grown rye.
I wonder if it's like an interesting strain of rye. That's
I don't know, man, but this is remarkable.
Or maybe their cuts are so, because they did interesting
All right,
cuts
we
on
got to
this
move
one, you
on.
said?
Yeah,
Maybe they're
Honey.
doing such interesting cuts that the flavors they're pulling out of that rye.
I don't know, but that is unlike anything I've ever tried
So
in
I
rye.
think
Ever.
I love the nose. I think I really like the taste. But I don't
Yeah.
love the taste.
No, me either, but the nose is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to the malt. Son of a... Oh, whoa! It started off as Scotch and turned into Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
No joke. You see what I mean? The aftertaste switches into a soda syrup.
Yeah.
When you go to a soda fountain and the water is
The finish.
mixing bad with
The finish.
the syrup is running out.
Yeah.
And so you get this like almost soda.
Syrup sweetness. Actually, between the two, I think I really like the was it the wheat one?
The malt or the rye.
I was getting like a wheat note.
Oh, yeah.
No, not the rye. The one
You like the malt.
I like the malt, yeah.
I don't like it. That soda note at the end just J
I
hooked
like it.
me right out.
And that what I was finding on the nose, that kind of that wheat bread. Yeah, and you said they added honey in one of these, which
In the
is
fermentation.
technically not allowed.
Yeah.
But whatever, man. Whatever.
Whatevs. I think that's how the cool kids say it.
I'm not gonna turn them in.
Whatevs.
It's not like we're on YouTube spilling all their
Spilling all the
details.
beans. Yeah. Well, they put it on the bottle. It's not a secret. Okay. So this is all from, oh, by the way, Patrick Larkin, who's now a patron saint of whiskey. Patrick Larkin, you patron saint of whiskey. So this is the dude, Drew Estate. You remember Drew Estate cigars? I gave you one once, and you really liked it.
Okay,
Drew Estate.
sure.
Makes kick-ass cigars.
Hey, let's have cigars after this. And then I can tell you all the things I'm going to put on your plate.
Oh,
because-
no, that's, my God.
Look, we've already established. You're going to be stressed out anyway.
I need to call.
You're going to be stressed out anyways.
Yeah,
So, look, I can relax. So
You know how to relax.
you will always be
So
stressed
it
out.
shouldn't be wasted on somebody who can't appreciate it.
Yes, I am.
Is that what you're going?
Capable of relaxation.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
It's like pearls before swine.
Yeah, but you're
relaxation for me.
You're not capable, so I'm going to offload some of my shit onto you
Whatever.
because you're going to be at the baseline.
Pete
You're,
type.
you're always going to be there.
Yeah.
And then I can relax.
So,
John Drew.
anyway, John Drew is sourcing some spirits to whiskey to pair with cigars.
Okay.
So this is a sourced Canadian rye, 4 years old.
Okay.
I think the mash bill, I don't remember where it says it, but I think it's 95% rye.
I'm getting a big old
So 4-year-old Canadian rye.
Canadian vanilla.
Yeah, but there is a plastic note to this.
There's a plastic note to this?
Yeah, like it was stored.
Plastic note to
Like
this?
it was stored in totes.
You're getting a plastic note? In this?
Really? Yeah, there's this. It reminds me of Budget Irish when you sometimes get this metallic plasticky note in Budget proof down too quickly.
See, I could be convinced of metallic, maybe like a little aluminum type of deal.
Yeah, this was crash.
Plastic is not really. I can't get the plastic. I can get like the aluminum bit.
These are that's saponification. They crash proofed that.
They crash proofed it.
45.
They crash proofed it.
Yeah, that nose is throwing me. I don't like that at all.
I keep finding just Canadian vanilla. That's showing up.
And rubber.
But
Toy. Squeezy toy
squeeze
plastic
toy, squeeze.
rubber.
All right, we're not talking.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're not talking about like tires or anything.
No. Oh, although there is a sulfur note in there at the end of that nose. That's sulfur. There's sulfur.
Hold on. Though. Everything that was on the nose, you're gonna find on the taste. But
Oh. No.
well, this is what I'm very curious about. I'm curious as to what they were actually dialing in to make it, quote unquote, pair nicely with the cigar. And I say quote unquote, I don't think they actually said those words in order, but you said this is their goal.
Well, I mean, he's a cigar guy. And
Cigar
he makes kick-ass cigars, so he's trying to get into some whiskey stuff.
So maybe we have to pair it with the cigar.
Oh, God, no, I'm not drinking that again. That's terrible.
Add it to the list, Dan.
No, it's all wrong. So many things went wrong on that. And I think most of it was process. I think it might have started good.
So the
they really fucked it up.
the rubber toy note shows up on the taste, very clingy.
Yeah.
And it actually makes that Canadian vanilla take a back seat a bit,
Yeah.
but that Canadian vanilla is there. And those notes that you don't like, I'm gonna be honest, by the time you're doing it with a cigar,
No, you're still going to taste that because it's lingering right now. And I just rinsed my mouth out like 4 times.
I'm
It's
saying
still hanging.
For science, we need to take off the rest of the day and smoke cigars. You bring a notebook so you can write down all the stuff I'm gonna have you do.
I'm too busy stressing to relax with cigars.
This is relaxing for you.
So I am
Start a
interested in, okay, let me just say, I was interested in trying this next one. Now, I'm not sure anymore.
He's just sassy little.
But this is a blend of bourbon and rum.
Why are you all sassy?
It's called
You getting all,
Mash Bill Destroyer.
Getting-
It's a blend of Kentucky bourbon and Florida rum.
why are you getting all the sass?
It's this one right here.
It is not.
You moved them? Oh yeah, no, that's... Dude, that is... God.
You know what? There is a limit to font size we're gonna be able to use to keep up with your list.
That's got to have a... No, it's eventually gonna be like movie credits. It just scrolls. No, I'm allowed to not like one of the whiskeys we try.
Of course, no.
That's not the same thing.
We like. Okay.
That's not the same thing as like not liking something everyone else likes. Not preferring a whiskey is different.
I think it's probably about 1 out of 5 that we're probably not fans of, and the ones that we actively dislike. Actively
Very
dislike.
rare.
It's about 1 out of 20.
Yep.
1 out of 20.
Or less, yeah.
We actively dislike. 1 out of 5 is like, this isn't for our palate, but we can see why other people would like this. 1 out of 20. I think this is, or the other one is one you actively dislike.
Actively.
And I'm saying I could very easily tip over into the actively dislike, but if the context for this was pairing with cigars, I kind of want to go into it with that experience.
I just guessed that was the premise because it's the same guy who makes cigars.
Well, that's why my science is better than yours.
It's all that relaxing you do. Helps keep your perspective
Keep
fresh.
my science sword sharp.
Cinnamon. This is a cinnamon ball mixed with a proof. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the American whiskeys where they take vodka and mix it with Kentucky bourbon, but add in some cinnamon notes.
Vanilla, brown sugar. I'm still looking for the cinnamon. We got a vanilla and a brown sugar type of deal. And there's an ethanol layer, even though I suspect this is a low proof.
That's why I say.
It's 45%.
Oh, taste it. It's a cream. It's a cinnamon cream candy. Blech. Across the board. Blech.
You actively dislike?
Yes.
Again, I'm not a fan, but I can see a lot of people liking this one a lot more so
Damn it.
than the Canadian Rye one.
I'm sorry, Patrick.
But I hold out judgment on the Canadian Rye until I have it with a cigar.
Patrick,
Because my science is so strong.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm known. Hey, Dan, is my science very strong?
Your science?
Yes. Isn't that what I'm known for? My very strong science?
I mean, it's not weak.
Is that like you're not wrong?
Thank you, Dan. I'm going to Venmo you something.
Yeah.
Just keep up the narrative. Yeah, okay.
Going back to the Ben Rummick that we had earlier.
It wasn't in this episode.
No, it wasn't in this episode. But I just can't. Oh. God.
Again, so, look, I agree, but it's worth at least. Hold on, fine.
No,
fine.
I gave tasting notes. I gave specific tasting notes.
In between your, come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
I gave specific tasting notes.
All right. This, I think, could rub shoulders with, like, the Jack Daniels out there.
Yeah, if you mixed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you took Kessler's and you added a dash of Fireball, the way that you add a dash of Lafroig.
See, you're finding way
To
more.
something?
You're finding way more cinnamon than me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean a dash, just like you would with Lafroig. Just a drop of Lafroig to liven up something.
So you said you're comparing it to. Oh yeah, the Ben Rummick.
Watch. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, that was. Are you doing the Kesslers?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you did vodka though. Bourbon and rum mash. So there's sugar. Wait. You just pulled out Fireball from behind the bar?
Yeah, I've been working on it.
Is this your secret shame?
Yeah. Dude, that's so accurate.
See, I'm getting a lot more of like that. It's so cinnamony from the Fireball dash.
Hang on.
It's like it's sticky. It's like the cinnamon is cloyingly just sticky.
Yeah, but they're really close. Yes, it's stickier, but they're in the same direction. It really is the same direction. I got a little carried away with the Fireball, but if I had done about half the Fireball that I did,
Yeah.
it's totally...
For what it's worth, there is a bit more of a char, like a wood char in this right here. But neither one of us are really feeling it.
Nope.
Here's defining stealing and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your liberty.
And if you drink,
May
you drink with us.